We are the bubbles in a lava lamp.
It's the British answer to the X-Files, and the truth will be out there today. The Ministry of Defence and the National Archive are releasing thousands of pages of material relating to UFO sightings. Here's Nick Dixon.
Close encounters, satellites and flying saucers, just some of the thousands of unidentified flying objects seen over the skies of Britain. And now more of these eerie sightings have been revealed. Bizarre reports include the Rendlesham forest incident, where it's believed an extraterrestrial spacecraft actually landed, and the Birmingham man who claimed to see a bright blue triangle in his garden, which left a strange substance on his trees. These are part of 6,000 pages of previously top-secret files now available to view. There's eyewitness accounts, drawings of flying saucers, and government correspondence. So the files are out there, but the truth, well, that's still a mystery.
Exciting stuff, isn't it? We're joined now by Nick Pope, who was in charge of Britain's X-Files at the MOD for several years. Nick, the vast majority of the reports that are being released is not extraterrestrial origin, is that right?
That's correct. Most of these UFO sightings turn out to be misidentifications of perfectly ordinary things like aircraft lights and satellites.
What about sort of the sightings that could give us genuine concerns for air security, airspace security? Is there many of those? Yes,
there are some interesting cases here. There was a UFO tracked by a senior air traffic controller travelling he was looking at radar, and it was travelling at phenomenal speed. There was a near miss between a UFO and a Boeing 737 coming into land at Manchester. The MOD and the Civil Aviation Authority investigated and found no explanation.
And in terms of people that actually saw that, I imagine that the pilots and probably some of the passengers saw something then.
Yes, the pilot and the first officer both made an official report, and they said this thing flashed across the front of the aircraft so rapidly they thought there was going to be a collision.
And in terms of X-Files at the MOD, obviously exhaustive research would have been sort of put into what that could have been. What were the ideas, or what were the sort of the answers?
Well, about the only theory that people were speculating was some secret prototype aircraft, but right. You know, we know where we fly our own bits of kit, so that wasn't really an explanation.
Nick, in the report, talked about a gentleman who found a sticky residue on his trees, some sort of substance of some sort. What was that?
Well, there were a couple of cases where some strange residue was found. Firstly, as you say, on the trees. There was another case where a car was covered in strange debris. The RAF took this away, and the files don't actually tell what happened in terms of the analysis. So that maybe is a real X-file.
That's even more exciting if they haven't told us the answer.
Yeah.
Now look, MOD cuts mean that your old office, has been shut now. So what happens if you're a lone driver out there and you have a sort of an experience of a UFO? Who do you phone?
Well, it's a shame. Now people will have to go, really, to the media. Now the government is not taking these reports from the public anymore. And it's a great shame, because scientists are beginning to speculate about this more openly. The Royal Society even had a conference about this last month.
Goodness me. Well, Nick, obviously it's great to see you as ever, and to talk about these things. It all gets very exciting. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Put them on Twitter.
There you go. Put your UFO sightings on Twitter. Everyone would love it.
Let's get today's weather. Here's